Good morning, students. I, Miss Madhvi, your science teacher. Today we will do the topic respiration in humans. Let's start. That is the definition. First, you should know the definition of respiration. What is respiration? The process of exchange of gases and the oxidation of the food in the cell. That is called respiration. Respiration are of two types. That is aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means the type of respiration in which oxidation of food takes place in the presence of atmospheric oxygen. That process is called aerobic respiration. Example in case of humans. In this respiration, glucose break down and produce CO2, H2O energy. So, oxygen is utilized over here. This type of respiration is called aerobic respiration. Next, we are having anaerobic respiration. The type of respiration in which oxidation of food takes place in absence of atmospheric oxygen. Example in case of yeast. That process is called fermentation. Aerobic respiration means in presence of oxygen. If food is burned in presence of oxygen, that process is called aerobic respiration. And if the food is burned in the absence of oxygen, there are some processes in case of yeast. That process is called fermentation, where without using oxygen, the food is burned, the food is oxidized. That process is called anaerobic respiration. So, you have to remember 2 points, that is aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Respiration is of two types. Now, let's move. Next, we are having the ways we will be dealing over here, the aerobic respiration. What are the ways through which aerobic respiration, that is the glucose, is break down into our body? We will see the pathway. See over here with the help of flow chart, I am giving you the explanation. Glucose, that is in the form of 6 carbon molecule, C6H12O6, that is present in the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, there is a process that takes place. That process is called glycolysis. With the help of this glycolysis, the glucose is being converted into a 3 carbon molecule that is called pyruvate. Now the 3 carbon molecules is being converted into different forms. See here. In the absence of oxygen, if there won't be any oxygen, that is anaerobic respiration. In case of yeast, that process is called fermentation. Then what is forming? Ethanol and CO2 plus energy are being liberated. How much energy? 2 ATP are being formed over there. Next, lack of oxygen in case of human muscle cells. We are having, if we are used to do the harsh exercise, during that time our body used to do anaerobic respiration, that is lack of oxygen, and started to produce lactic acid plus energy. This is very important. This comes in the board exam, that what is the process why the athletes, when they used to run, they are having cramp in the muscles due to this deposition of the lactic acid. And how much energy is liberated? 2 ATP are being formed over there. Next, in presence of oxygen, that is very important. That is in case of mitochondria. That's why mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell, because the mitochondria are responsible for the ATP production. In the food is burned, that is pyruvate is burned in the presence of oxygen to produce CO2 plus water plus energy. How much ATP? 38 molecules of ATP. You need to remember. Now we will do the human respiratory system in detail. See here, there is a beautiful diagram representing the structure of the human respiratory system. Your human respiratory system consists of nostril. Then we are having nasal cavity. After that, pharynx is there, where buccal cavity and the nasal cavity meets. After that, larynx, that is called as the voice box also, from where the sound is produced. Next, we are having trachea. The trachea is having the tracheal rings. This trachea further branch into to form bronchus. This bronchus further more branch to form bronchioles, and the bronchioles form primary, secondary and tertiary bronchioles and further formed a sac-like structure that is called alveoli. That is the main unit for the gaseous exchange in case of humans. So, unit of lungs is, you can say, that is alveoli, that is gaseous exchange takes place over there. So this is the structure of human respiratory system. Now we will do each one of it in detail. See here, the pharynx provide passage of the air into trachea through a slit-like aperture called glottis. The glottis always remain open except during swallowing. The glottis bear a leaf-like cartilaginous flap called epiglottis at its interior end. It prevents the entry of the food into respiratory tract. The trachea is a thin-walled tube which divides to form major bronchi. And the further bronchi divides to form bronchioles. You can see in the diagram. The trachea is being divided into bronchus, then bronchioles. One bronchus enters into the right lung and the other re-enters into the left lung. The trachea is made up of a cartilaginous ring to prevent it from collapsing in between breaths. When we used to take the breath, then in the trachea there are cartilaginous ring. This rings helps to prevent the collapsing of the trachea, because if there won't be any rings, this cartilaginous rings, then our trachea will collapse due to the passage of the air through that. But with the presence of this one, our trachea remain its fixed position, that is not collapse. That's why these tracheal rings are very much important for us. You can see in the diagram also, and in the lowermost they are having diaphragm. That diaphragm our lungs is present in thoracic cavity. This thoracic cavity is divided from the abdominal cavity by a sac-like bone, or you can say curve-like bone, that is called diaphragm. The diaphragm differentiate between the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity, and our lungs is present in the thoracic cavity. That is the respiration used to take place with the help of, that is breathing used to take place with the help of lungs. Next, in humans, the respiratory organ, that is the lungs, which provide the surface for the exchanger. The lungs line the thoracic cavity, which is separated from the abdominal cavity by a membrane called diaphragm. Within lungs, major bronchus divides into two, which further into bronchioles. Each bronchioles divides into further alveolar duct, which enters the alveolar sac. The alveolar sac are called as the alveoli. The alveoli are closely surrounded by a network of blood capillaries. The alveoli provide large surface area for gaseous exchange. This is very important. In our lungs, there are thousands and thousands of alveoli are present in one lungs, and they help in gaseous exchange. That's why they are called as the unit of the lungs. And the lung is protected by a membrane. That membrane is called as the pleura membrane. So this is how the respiration or the breathing used to take place. There is a difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing means simply exchange of gases, and respiration means the use of the oxygen to burn the food molecules so as to release the energy in the form of ATP. That is process is called respiration. Breathing is a physical process and respiration is a biochemical process. In case of respiration, energy is being liberated. That is, we have seen how the glucose is burned, how the glucose is break down into our body in the presence of oxygen and in absence of oxygen also. For example, in case of muscles, what is happening? Lactic acid are being formed. Now see here, we will do the exchange of gases, how these gases are being exchanged in our lungs. Breathing is the first step, which involves the exchange of the gases between the air in the alveoli and the blood capillaries around alveoli. In this exchange, blood takes oxygen from alveoli and releases CO2 into alveoli. This exchange takes place due to the diffusion process. Concentration of the O2 is higher in the alveoli wall, and it's moved from its higher concentration to lower into blood. By the same process, CO2 moves from the blood into alveoli sac. This exchange of gases is called external respiration. The living cell perform oxidation of the simple food, that that is glucose, to release energy. The oxygen taken inside break down the glucose into CO2, water and energy. This process is called internal respiration. So there is a difference between external and internal. External means simply exchange of the gases between the outside and the alveoli, and internal means that the exchange of the gases that is taking place inside our body, that how the cell is taking the oxygen from the blood vessels and releasing out the carbon dioxide from there into the blood vessel with the oxidation or by the oxidation of the food. So this is called internal. Internal means inside, and external means which is taking place outside, that is between the environment and our body, that is alveoli, exchange of gases. And you have to remember one thing, that your alveoli are rich in blood capillaries. They are maximum number of blood capillaries that surround the alveoli. This help in exchange of gases, the oxygen that is taken in by the process of diffusion. What is diffusion? The movement of the air from the higher concentration towards the lower concentration. That process is called diffusion. So your body used to take the oxygen directly by the process of diffusion, and this oxygen moves inside the blood capillaries that the alveoli is surrounded by. So this is called external respiration. Now move on to the internal respiration. This oxygen with the help of blood vessels reach to the cell, and within the cell this oxygen by the process of diffusion, because the blood capillaries are rich in oxygen and your cell are rich in carbon dioxide due to the oxidation of the food. So your blood capillaries used to take the carbon dioxide and your cells used to take the oxygen by the process of simple diffusion process. Nothing else is taking place, just diffusion is happening from higher concentration to lower concentration, movement of the air from higher concentration towards the lower concentration. This process is called internal respiration. And after the internal respiration, what is happening inside the cell? The oxygen is being utilized by the cell to burn the food molecules so as to release the energy in the form of ATP. That process is taking place inside the mitochondria, and the mitochondria is storing this ATP. So that's why mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell. This is all about the human respiratory system. Thank you all.